Oh, we about to get into this one. And I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna agree with me on this one, but hey, bear with me, man. I've been right on a bunch of stuff. There is no reason why I can't be right on this one. A lot of y'all are exposing yourselves as box score and stat watchers. Dalvin Cook is not washed. In fact, Dalvin Cook is just a year removed from having a Pro Bowl season. He was in flux last season because of the whole weird running back thing that happened during the summer, and he got caught at a bad time as far as being a free agent and trying to get paid as a running back going into his second contract. But yeah, I'm here to tell you, Dalvin Cook would be an excellent pickup for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's get into the latest news concerning this particular move that could or could not be happening based on recent reports. And remember, we've been talking about Dalvin Cook to the Cowboys essentially since last season. So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. All right, gonna get to this article real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give you my best argument for Dalvin Cook and to try to kind of prove some of you guys wrong here and make you get away from the ledge. Cause some of y'all, bro, y'all don't know what you want. You're like a woman that you just ask like, hey, what do you want to eat? And then she's like, oh, I don't know, you choose something. And then you choose and you're like, oh, I don't want that. Bro, stop being that lady, man. Quit being that chick. A lot of y'all sit here and complain about the Cowboys not making moves, not adding players. But then when they add proven veteran players that understand their roles in the NFL and how to play the position and how to do exactly what they're being asked of, proven guys, y'all be having issues with it because they're not 25, 26-year-old guys in their prime that for some reason a lot of you guys think that there's just tons of those guys sitting out there that teams are cutting that are actually primo players that the Cowboys should bring here, and they're going to be 25, 26-year-old, and they're just going to happen to be available, and they're going to be cheap and fit what the Cowboys usually do as far as free agent acquisition. Where are all these people? Where are all these mythical players running around that are inexpensive, young, and still really diamonds in the rough and have a lot to offer all these teams that don't want them either? Where are these guys? That's all I want to know, man. A lot of y'all gotta chill, bro, but let's get into this. The Dallas Cowboys are scheduled to meet with free agent running back Dalvin Cook on the eve of the team's cut down to the league-mandated 53-man roster. The four-time Pro Bowler is scheduled to arrive in Dallas on Monday night to meet with team personnel. Cook, 29, and he just turned 29, like as of today. I think it was only like 17, 18 days ago when his birthday came around. So dude is just like a couple weeks removed from being 28, man. So y'all gotta quit acting like these players is washed as soon as they hit 28, 29 years old, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on with some of y'all. He spent 6 seasons in Minnesota, 5 with Mike Zimmer, and rushed for 5,993 yards, including 1,557 yards and 16 touchdowns in 2020. After being let go by the Vikings last offseason, again, the only reason he was let go was because of a contract dispute, because he was trying to get paid as the running back that he had produced as, and the Vikings was like, nah, we ain't paying a running back because nobody else is paying a running back. So either you gonna take this little mini deal we gonna give you, or we don't want you at all. And then by the time he was ready to circle back, the Vikings was just ready to move on anyway. So again, he was a victim of needing a contract at a time where the entire league turned their back on the position, okay? So this has nothing to do with production, because if you look at production and you look at his last year before leaving Minnesota, he averaged 4.4 yards per attempt, had 1,100, almost 1,200 yards rushing on 264 attempts, had 8 rushing touchdowns, had 300 receiving yards, 40 receptions essentially, and 2 receiving touchdowns. What are we talking about? That was the season he had the year Minnesota let him go in free agency. And at that time, he was what, 26, 27 years old. So again, it had nothing to do with Dalvin Cook is washed. Like some of y'all keep saying, bro, this dude is not washed. He hasn't been given the actual opportunity in the last season, essentially, to play football. That's what the issue is. He joined a crowded New York Jets team in 2023 and really didn't get a fair shake at it. And that offensive line was putrid. And again, there was a lot of running backs in that running back room, just like there is this season. They added to that even more, right? And then he joined Baltimore in the playoffs and actually had a damn respectable run with the Baltimore Ravens that showed this man still can contribute to a team. He still has burst. He still reads better than most of the running backs in the league, bro. Once he reads that gap and he makes that cut, he goes upfield, bro. All right, but back to this article. Cook signed with the New York Jets and could not find his footing with his new squad, rushing for just 214 yards, no touchdowns on 67 carries in 16 games. He was released ahead of the playoffs and signed with the Baltimore Ravens, where he rushed for 23 yards on 8 carries in the team's divisional round win. This was against the Houston Texans. This was also at a time where the game was pretty much out of pocket. It was out of hand. Again, he had a good run against the Texans, but all the rest of those runs, those are running the clock out runs. So the Texans had the box loaded up and they were fully prepared to stop the run at that point. The Cowboys are fresh off of extending star receiver CeeDee Lamb and may be looking to further solidify their 2024 offense in the form of adding a veteran running back. Despite expected starter Ezekiel Elliott and expected workhorse Rico Dowdle garnering praise in training camp from head coach Mike McCarthy and owner general manager Jerry Jones, the case could be made for adding an extra jolt to what has not proved to be an inspiring position group going into the season, even if it does come with an aging Cook. The room also features Deuce Vaughn, Malik Davis, and Royce Freeman, two twitchier backs and a veteran downhill back that are expected to be in the mix for the final 53-man roster spot at the position going into Tuesday's cut decisions. Hunter Lepke is also factored in as a big body ball carrier, but his role will see him more at fullback and tight end in 2024. Okay, this is what I kind of want to make a point of. For those of you guys that are just addicted to box score watching, yes, he had a bad season with the New York Jets, but even with that bad season, okay, he averaged 3.2 yards per attempt. Every carry, he was only giving you 3.2 yards. Again, behind one of the worst offensive lines in the league. They had to revamp their offensive line this season. Same offensive line also got Aaron Rodgers hurt, by the way. But he had to run behind one of the worst offensive lines in the league in a massive running back by committee room, essentially, in which he wasn't going to get any actual carries. He wasn't going to get a fair shake at things. And he just was never in the good graces of that coaching staff from the very beginning of it. It was just a weird relationship. Y'all can go back, do your own research on the Dalvin Cook to the Jets scenario, because it wasn't a smooth selling, oh, we think this is going to be a fruitful relationship. It was almost a thing where Dalvin just kind of settled with signing with the Jets because of how things played out in free agency, bro. I'm telling you, his agent really kind of did him a disservice last offseason. I'm going to be completely honest. 3.2 yards per attempt. That's the main stat. A lot of you guys are going to look at it and be like, oh, we don't need Dalvin Cook. He's washed. Okay, the same people that are saying that are probably a good amount of people that's wanting Deuce Vaughn to get more attempts in our offense, and he only averaged 1.7 yards per attempt last season. 1.7. Almost half of what Dalvin Cook gave the New York Jets last season behind a poor-ass offensive line. I'm going to tell you right now, Dalvin Cook is a one-cut back that runs with very good balance, still has good burst, and he is not this big, clunky, slow power back that for some reason you guys think that he's degraded to. He is not that yet. You can see that in the short opportunities he got with the Baltimore Ravens behind a good offensive line, because I am a firm believer that the offensive line makes the run game. If you don't have a good offensive line, you're probably not going to have a good run game. See Saquon Barkley and the New York Giants. Saquon could have a much better career than he's had so far had the New York Giants actually had a serviceable offensive line. Offensive line good, running game going to be good. Offensive line bad, running game going to be bad. Our offensive line is undoubtedly going to be better this season. It's undoubtedly going to be stronger up the middle. And it's undoubtedly going to create bigger and better run lanes for the running backs. And guys like a Dalvin Cook, a seasoned, experienced back with great vision, great balance, and again is a one-cut back. Those type of guys can contribute to what the Cowboys need him to be. They do not need him to be a 250 carry back. They do not need him to be a 1,200 yard rusher. They need him to be someone that's going to get anywhere between 75 to 100 carries, and he's going to get you anywhere between 3.5 to 4.5 yards per carry off of those attempts, and somebody that can catch the ball out the backfield. That's another thing. Dalvin Cook is someone that's proven. He's a proven guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield. So this is, to me, it makes all the football sense in the world to bring a Dalvin Cook into a running back room that quite honestly has no proven bodies in there right now besides Ezekiel Elliott. And we all know how y'all feel about Ezekiel Elliott. He's big, he's fat, he's out of shape, he's not gonna blah 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 blah. So we know how y'all feel about Ezekiel Elliott. But besides Zeke, you're looking at Rico Dowdle, who is not proven. We can look at Rico's stats. He averaged 3.4 yards per carry one season when he actually played. And this last season, 4.1 yards per carry. So it's like, okay, was he really that much more impressive than Dalvin Cook? So even Rico is unproven. Hell, Rico's best season so far is pretty close to Dalvin Cook's worst season so far as a professional. And that was on two different teams, playing with one of the worst teams in the entire NFL, whose offense was the dumps, led by Zach Wilson. We all seen what that Jets offense was last season. Why are y'all holding that against Dalvin Cook? I don't understand this. I just don't understand it. The Dalvin Cook disrespect has to stop, because this guy still has it. He still has a lot to give to an NFL team, and I think that once he actually gets the opportunity to prove so, he's going to make a lot of people look very, very foolish. Now, I've been banging this Dalvin Cook drum for the last season, so obviously I'm a major proponent of him coming to the team. I support this move. What better moves do you have to go get one of these no-name backs that have actually never really played in the NFL, never really proven themselves, but because some content creator or influencer or social media guy told you, oh, I like this running back, he's young, and he probably is going to get cut by another team, even though he's young and has fresh legs, he's getting cut. And y'all want to go get these dudes, the dudes that's getting cut, even though they young and got fresh legs. Y'all want to go get the dudes that's getting cut. Why do y'all think they're getting cut? Because they ain't good enough, bro. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? So how is that a much better option than going out and getting a proven guy that you know what to expect? You know what he's going to be. You know he doesn't have issues with ball security. You know he's a pretty safe player by all records. He's a safe player. But y'all want to go get our Banabakandabadan and all these other people that you have no clue what they actually are as pros. Stop it. But that'll make you feel better, right? Stop it. Give me Dalvin Cook. Stop the belly aching. We still the same old Cowboys.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.